Welcome back, viewers. Judge Kerrigan, you wanted to clarify something.
Oh, I did want to clarify something on the party affiliation. When I said it's not important, there may be some importance to it.
Okay.
And I think as you look at the qualifications of the various candidates, the important thing though is to really go down the ballot.
Okay.
As you were mentioning, that the people go in, the voters go in and vote at the top of the ballot, and it's important to know your judges and to go down ballot and vote for them, particularly for the 190th.
What do you think, Mr. Khan? Is it, I mean, you are satisfied with the clarification?
Yeah. Okay. That's a party's ticket is really help to build candidate, and party chair do great job to go to their resume, go their involvement in community, and after then they issue them party ticket. They go to primary.
But that party ticket should be given on the merit.
Oh.
They should consider the merit, I think. So sometimes they don't consider the merit. Their connections, there are.
Not in America, because you know that if a judge is sitting right now, her party person can challenge her in primary.
Okay.
And those two candidates is going to be the winner, is going to be the party nominee in November 4th election. So she's the party nominee already, November 4th election. Am I right, Judge?
Yes. I had no opponent in the primary.
ओके तो कैसा यानी आप समझते हैं कि जब लोग वोट देने जाते हैं तो वो कंसिडर नहीं करेंगे, फ़र्क नहीं पड़ेगा रिपब्लिकन और डेमोक्रेट का?
नहीं, कितना फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता, क्योंकि लोग जो हमारे जो पाकिस्तानी हजरात हैं ना, खासकर अगर वो जाते भी हैं डेमोक्रेट के ऊपर, उसके बाद वो जब वापस दे कैन गो स्ट्रेट डेमोक्रेट और स्ट्रेट रिपब्लिकन. आफ्टर देन दे कैन गो बैक टू द नेम हु दे लाइक टू चूज. दे कैन अनक्लिक and they can click that person who they want to vote, and they can cast the ballot after that.
Okay.
So they have a choice. Our people is mostly, South Asians. They intend to be more Republican side than Democrat, because we are businessmen and we are, work with the Reagan, era, and Governor Perry have been done great job too to outreaching a lot of South Asians community. And when Farooq Shami was running as the governor, and he actually, he ran as a Democrat, but he endorsed Governor Perry for his governor race.
How do you see the involvement of Pakistani community in these elections or campaigns you are running?
I think it's an important part of the campaign and the election, because the people of this community are active, they're educated, they're business people, they have a voice, and they do come out and vote. And so I think it's an important part of a smart campaign to reach out to the community. And I think the people here are good voters and intelligent voters, and will make the decision based on qualifications.
So I think Pakistani community is, as you are saying, you are witnessing that they are now more involved in the campaigns and the elections. जब आप मिलते हैं लोगों से तो कैसा फील करते हैं कि उनके अंदर वोट देने का पहले तो आते नहीं थे ना बाहर?
जी. We have to work very hard. Let me take you back in 1989 when I was working, Governor Ann Richard. She was the first Democrat woman. She was the governor, and I worked in her campaign. And that time, you was reaching out to Pakistan community that, hey, register to vote. They are a citizen. Those days, like when you're getting a driving license, right now, if you're getting a driving license, you can say, yes, I want to register to vote. Those days, it was not like that. You have to fill out the form and mail it to be registered to vote. And some kinds, thing was in our community, if you register to vote, you have to serve jury duty. And we are, we do not have a big family here. Who's going to babysit if you're going to serve jury duty, those kind of things. So we have to go a lot of hurdle to explain people. Now people understand. Now people going to renew driving license, they automatically, they are, saying, yes, we want to vote. And they, before the election, people call me or send me email that, Mr. Khan, tell us what's your recommendation. We want to go your recommendation, who you want to vote, who we should vote. So I send them one mass email to our, my follower or my friends, and they go out vote. But I think, like I can give you one more example. 1998, when I ran for a state rep election, I have like a 76 to 78% Pakistani Indian people come out to vote for me. That's a very high percentage than any other ethnic community. So I can assure you
And
that
what is the percentage of Pakistani community voting?
voting, I think right now we are sitting on 4 or 5%.
Just.
Yeah, but it's very important because remember, the decision make mostly, like our sheriff, Edwin Garcia, he got elected based on only 1% voting. Am I right, Judge? And that Ravi Sandal, our Indian judge sitting right now on the bench, he got elected on 1%. So if he got 49% and South Asian they're voting 3-4%, I mean you are actually the decision maker. Believe me,
Yeah.
you are on driving seat.
Yeah. Judge Kerrigan, if any congressman is sitting in front of me, I will ask him that after having re-elected, what significant thing would you like to do? But what should I ask you as a judge? What you will do as a judge?
I think the important things to know about a judge is how the judge views their role in the courtroom. The court that I preside over is a trial court. And so I spend a lot of time with litigants and with parties and witnesses that come into my court. I think that the understanding and knowledge of the law is something that's important for you to ask a judge about, and their view towards the community. I'm respectful of the people that come into my court. I do think, and it's an important question you could ask, is what would you do to try and make your court run more smoothly? How would you help the litigants get their case tried or resolved? And I do have procedures in place to help facilitate getting a trial date so that we can bring in the jury and get a resolution of the problem, or I can order them to mediation. You can also ask a judge what they do to be active within the judicial community. Are they teaching? I do a lot of presentations in the legal community. I have one next week. I had one a couple of weeks ago. I have a long list of papers that I've written and presentations that I've made as part of ongoing CLE education for lawyers. So I think those are the kinds of questions that you can ask a judge.
And probably we can ask her that, since she is a sitting judge, how many people have been endorsed you? Do you have any list?
I do have a lot of endorsements. In fact, all of the major endorsements I've received in this campaign cycle. I mentioned the Houston Chronicle, and I will say that the Houston Chronicle mentioned a lot of my credentials. I was actually a registered nurse for many years. That was what I studied, and when I decided to go to law school, I did private duty nursing.
You have been doing a lot of things.
I have done a lot of things. I have done a lot of things. And they've all been fun.
Yeah.
So I did private duty nursing to get through law school. And they mentioned, I think in the Chronicle article, that I had been a registered nurse. They mentioned I had worked at a large firm, and then I think also they mentioned I'd been in a small firm. But they talked about my qualifications and my service to the community. They also did mention my opponent, and what the Chronicle does is you go in and sit down and have an interview. And when they mentioned my credentials, they also mentioned that my opponent, although she might be qualified to do certain things in government, they did not feel she had the qualifications to be a judge. I have the endorsement of a group called the C Club, which is a group of businessmen and women in Harris County. I have the endorsement of the Houston Realty Business Coalition, which is another business organization. I have the endorsement of the Houston Police Officers Union, and there may be more, but I think that those
Getting
are the-
popularity,
The Realty Club you're talking about, ma'am, those are real estate agent club?
There are many realtors that are in that group, but it involves other businessmen, but it is primarily and originally it was people in the real estate.
But I think the HAR, they do endorsement too, right?
I do not know about HAR endorsements.
Houston,
They may not
Houston
endorse the
Association
judicial-
Realtor.
Yes, that group does not endorse, at least not in the judicial races.
I see.
Mr. Khan, in your eyes, to you, how a good judge should act? कैसे होना चाहिए एक judge?
Hey, as long as they serving honestly, sincerely, and they're delivering message without any ethnic back, some judges or some other people say, oh, he's Indian, or he's Pakistani, or this and that, and they go favor for other ethnic. That should not be a good thing. Judge should be biased. They should make the decision based on the case present.
On the evidence.
And all those things.
And judge should be unbiased.
Unbiased.
Yeah.
And they should not make any decision based on ethnic, based on language, or based on any the rest. I mean, it should be.
There should not be any consideration of ethnicity or culture or language or.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. That should not be considered.
Everyone is equal in front of the judge.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what we are looking for, and that's the reason I try to work with those people. They are equal. They are, make sure that, I remember, when we came in '83, this country. I mean, I feel like that. I was speaking that time same way English what it used to be, but judge used to say, "Hey, what you saying, man? I don't understand." So I feel very uncomfortable that day.
What is the area of your constituency?
I'm not sure that it's narrowed to any one particular area. You mean in terms of the voter constituency?
Yeah.
I'm trying and hoping that I will have voters from all parties that will support me. Young student voters who understand the work that I've done and how hard I work. And older people, women and men. I hope that my constituents are across the board from all different ethnic communities. One of the things that you do learn campaigning is how diverse Harris County is, and it is a
Very
wonderful
diverse.
experience. And in all of my campaigns, I have been out in the Pakistani community, at the Pakistani Community Center on several occasions. And so if you reach out to the various communities, I feel that I then can explain to them what my background and my credentials are, and that I have a commitment to serve the people of Harris County, all people of Harris County. And so I hope that would make my constituency very broad.
And judge, when you're voting for judge, the whole Harris County is coming under her jurisdictions. So I'm not sure that Fort Bend is a part of your judge.
No, it's not, just
So
Harris County.
just Harris County. So those people, our listeners, they're watching.
How many
TV.
judges are in Harris County?
Oh, there are a great many. Because we're divided, as I said before, into a civil division and a criminal division, probate, family, juvenile. I think there are 90 judicial races on the ballot this time. And this is the smaller race. During the presidential year, there were even more judges on the ballot. So I should have a final count of how many there are, but I can't come up with the number right now.
But where are you serving at the district court, 190? How many judges on that district court?
Just me. There's just one judge in the 190th District Court, and that would be Judge Kerrigan.
In one district, one judge.
Correct.
Wow. And how many districts are there?
Well, that would tell us how many judges there were.
Okay. So it depends upon the number of judges or the number of districts.
It's one judge per district.
One judge per district.
Right, but the districts really aren't part of a geographic part of the county. All of the district court judges cover the entire Harris County. We're just given a numerical designation. And that is our district. But it doesn't mean that I take care of this little part of Harris County. I have cases from all over Harris County, and lawyers and litigants and parties and witnesses from all over Harris County. So the number doesn't limit my jurisdiction.
Do you remember how many cases of Pakistani community came in front of your
How many
as a
cases?
judge? Yeah.
There have been a number.
In your court,
actually,
in
of
your court, yeah.
Significant, complex commercial cases. I have had a number of not just Pakistani, but other members of the South Asian community. Because they're active in business, they are going to be, unfortunately, active in litigation as well. So there are, and that's true in as much as I said before, Harris County is very diverse. The courts reflect that. And there are people of all ethnicities who come in as litigants and witnesses and as lawyers.
Pakistani community is very active, you know, Khasan. Very active in politics, active in business, active in other activities, you know.
I mean, that's the Governor Perry, he said that South Asian community is the backbone for the Houston economy.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Or Texas economy. I mean, look at look at our airport, Houston International Airport, how many Asian airlines are flying.
Yes. वो तो बहुत ही बड़ा काम है.
जी जी जी.
बहुत बड़ा काम है.
And all those people that are moving, 5,000 people per week they're moving in Harris County because of economy reason, and they all those people they're going in business, they're going to be going eventually some kind of litigation. So we need some good judges to make sure they can understand that what South Asian is about.
Judge Kerrigan, at the end of the program, what you want to give message to the viewers?
I would encourage the voters to get out and vote
Yeah.
on November 4th and to do their research before they go out to
Yeah.
vote. It is important to know who your judges are. And there are many judges that are up on the ballot this time that are sitting judges, including myself, and they all have opponents. Everybody has opponents in the judicial races these days. And so it's worth doing some research and finding out about the qualifications and then making an educated choice.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge Kerrigan, and thank you, Mr. Khan, for being with us. आपने बातें सुनी जी आज हमारे प्रोग्राम ओपन माइंड्स में, और आपने देखा कि जज कैरिगन ने अपनी अकॉम्प्लिशमेंट्स भी बताई, अपनी अचीवमेंट्स भी बताई, और कैसे वो एक दफ़ा फिर इलेक्शन लड़ रही हैं। अगर आपको उनकी कारकर्दगी अच्छी लगे तो ज़रूर वोट दीजिएगा, लेकिन पाकिस्तानियों के लिए मैसेज ये है कि वोट देने के लिए बाहर ज़रूर निकलें। आप इस प्रोसेस में आएँ, इस प्रोसेस में हिस्सा लें। आप इस मुल्क के शहरी हैं, इस मुल्क के सिटीज़न हैं। आपको इस मुल्क की पॉलिटिक्स में भी उसी तरह हिस्सा लेना चाहिए जिस तरह आप बिज़नेस में हिस्सा लेते हैं, जिस तरह आप दूसरे कामों में हिस्सा लेते हैं। पॉलिटिक्स में भी हिस्सा लें ताकि पता चले यहाँ के जो लोग हैं कि पाकिस्तानी भी एक ज़िंदा कौम है और हम हर काम करना जानते हैं। बहुत शुक्रिया। वज़न फराज इजाज़त चाहता है। अल्लाह निगहबान।